Yes, I am wearing the same dress as I was wearing in the last video, but seeing as it was a month ago, definitely washed it since then, so you don't need to worry about my personal hygiene. Today I'm going to be reviewing You're Never Weird on the Internet, almost, by Felicia Day. It's her autobiography slash memoir, I don't really know what you call it. It's basically just about her life, from her weird homeschooling to her discovery of internet forums and online gaming, to her very DIY creation of her web series The Guild, which I had never heard of before I read this book, and now I've started watching it and it's very good.
It's a review of the book, it's a review of the book, it's a review.
This is quite possibly my favourite non-fiction book ever. I never really knew much about Felicia Day. I haven't seen anything that she's in. I don't know why I decided to read it, to be honest, but I'm very glad I did pick it up. There was parts of it about her growing up on the internet, which I liked, because in a way I relate to that, but then in another way, the experience she had of the internet was very different to mine, because obviously I started on my journey a lot later, seeing as I'm quite a lot younger. As a nerd, I related a lot to her enthusiasm, even though we like very different things. My fandoms and the groups of people who like the things I like are quite female-dominated spaces. So I'm lucky, no one really tells me I'm a fake geek girl like they kind of do to Felicia in the book. Her Gamergate experiences, which I hadn't heard of before because it was kind of before my time. There was a lot of hate going around in the gaming community, particularly towards female gaming people. That experience seemed to correlate a lot with the whole debunking feminism, social justice warriors, evil thing. Felicia is very weird, like, as a human being, and I loved that because I'm very weird also, though obviously in different ways, but it was just really refreshing to see her be open and comfortable with her weirdness. She wasn't just like, oh yeah, I was really weird when I was younger, but like now I've grown up to be like a perfectly normal, well-adjusted human being. Because realistically, as a very weird teen, I don't really want to just chuck away my weirdness as I grow up. And it's nice to see that she hasn't really, though obviously she's mature. This is also great as a creative person, because wow, she did so much against all odds. It was like seriously inspiring how she made her web series, The Guild, with like no resources. It was only her and one other woman at the start. Also the way her mental illness interacts with her creativity was really interesting. That constant seeking out of that good feeling you get from creating is something I relate to a lot. Like sometimes I will expect too much of myself because it feels good to be productive, but sometimes it's good to find some chill. I liked that she didn't make it sound easy, and even though I know there was probably some luck involved, it's obvious she put a lot of hard work into getting where she is now. But because her writing style was so casual and friendly, it was literally like sitting down having a chat with a friend, and it was just so much fun to read.
Light bite or main meal.
It was definitely a light bite because it was addictive, easy to read, and I read it in like 2 days, which is very fast for me for a non-fiction book because usually they take me ages to get through.
Read if you like.
This is a bit unlike other read if you likes because I couldn't think of any other books that I'd read that were similar to it because I don't normally read books like this. But I would say read this if you are a creative person. Read it if you like Felicia Day, particularly if you like her series The Guild because she talks a lot about the creation of that. Read it if you like online gaming or World of Warcraft, which I don't, but I'm sure if you did you might get some more of the references. If you're a YouTuber, particularly a small YouTuber, though lol, what big YouTubers are going to watch this, her whole like approach to creating and the new idea of creating on the internet is just so interesting and I recommend. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Trigger warning, mention of depression, I think anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and severe online hate. Lines. This is a segment where I write my favourite quote from a book on a bit of paper, make it into a paper star and put it in a jar. No matter what you feel is holding you back in life, you can attempt anything. Repeat that motivational cup statement until it gets in your gut and doesn't sound like something stupid on a Hallmark card, because it's the basis for anything that will make you happy in this world. Little star to go in the jar.
Shade, 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 shade. Shade in the book.
This is usually the section where I put my reading glasses on and I say what I thought wasn't so good about the book. I say usually because I genuinely cannot think about anything bad to say about this book. My only bad thing is that I wish it was longer. This section fails.
The songs that go with it.
For many songs that go with this book. Just look up The Guild on Spotify. There's actually tons of songs that The Guild, Felicia's web series, made for the web series, the songs for the web series. I keep saying web series. My particular favourite is called I'm the One That's Cool. Doing the activity that's like the book, doing the activity that's like the book, doing the activity, doing the activity from the book. The thing that you can do to be like this book is just be a bit nerdy. Go and express your enthusiasm for something. Tell me something you're enthusiastic about. That is the question of the day. If you need any more convincing to read this book, there is a comment in the front from George R.R. Martin, aka the creator of Game of Thrones. Also Neil Patrick Harris. Also the foreword is by Joss Whedon. Basically, this is the perfect book for any nerd. Or any non-nerd who just wants an insight into the world of nerdiness. Goodbye. I'm standing on one leg right now. Why? Who knows? I'm a secret flamingo.